Assalamu alaikum. My name is Noman Ali Kalhoro, and my matric number is 1525477. This is a video submission for the subject political philosophy for Sir Khairul. So basically, we were asked to read chapter 2 and 3 on the book Liberty by John Stuart Mill. Now, before I get down to the summarization or from what I understood, I would like to first talk about the man himself. So, John Stuart Mill is well known as an English philosopher. Around 1859 is where he was born, and his work are mostly influential on freedom of speech. Now, he has written various books, but the one that he is known for are the basic three books, which is obviously On Liberty. Second is Utilitarianism, and the third one is Subjection of Women. Now, before I get into what chapter 2 and chapter 3 is all about, I'm a huge fan of John Stuart Mill, and why is that is because he touches on certain topic on certain topic which we are struggling with in today's world. He emphasizes on to what certain extent shall government interfere when it comes to practicing freedom from individual to individual or as a collective society. In today's world, we have talked about various sensitive issues. There have been opinions thrown out on certain religion or on certain matters that has offended a certain group. For example, Islamophobia is one of it. Another great example is drawing of prophets, which has triggered to innocent killings, and so on and so forth. Now, one of the main questions that John Stuart Mill asked during his time is that we may ask or ponder upon this question is, to what extent shall government interfere with the freedom? Shall they interfere when it comes to harming other people, or should freedom be practiced openly and without no restrictions? That's one of the most controversial issue we can talk about. Now, chapter 2, which is on liberty, and chapter 3 is about individuals. John Stuart Mill talks about the concept of utilitarianism, which is, from my understanding, is all about how the justice work. It's not about what is right and what is wrong. Mill emphasizes on the justice court system. Basically, if you are found guilty, then only the government should take action, and that's basically about it. Now, throughout chapter 2 and 3, John Stuart Mill mentions about three major principles of liberty, which is the freedom of thought and speech, freedom to pursue taste, and freedom to unite. Now, before we get into that, John Stuart Mill is the one who mentioned or who popularized the moral and political philosophy called utilitarianism. Now, when he talks about freedom of thought and speech, he states a rather different opinion. He believes that silence of an opinion within a society is not a good thing. A society that has false opinion, diverse opinions, and the more the merrier is better, and that's how a society progresses. If one opinion is being shut down, it's not good for a society. Now, to answer the question of to what extent should the government interfere with the practice of individual freedom, is John Stuart Mill comes up with a concept called harm principle. It means you're allowed to practice whatever you want as long as you're not harming a fellow citizen. One of the most common example is basically the example of alcohol. You're allowed to drink as much as you want. If you want to kill yourself with it, by means, go ahead. But the moment your drunk state gets behind the wheel or behind any car, that endangers other citizens. That's where the government is gonna interfere and take actions. So the basic summarization of chapter 2 and 3 is you are allowed to practice whatever you want as long as you are not harming a third person or anyone else on your way. You can practice whatever you want if it's more of personal and individual area. Thank you very much.